Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome. The wait is over.
Let's get this thing started.
Welcome, one and all across the nation and around the world. I welcome you all to episode 130 of the In or Out Sports Debate. I'm your host, Drew Willingham, and yes, the championship belt is on the shoulder because we have another guest here tonight who has his on his shoulder as well, and we have to introduce him first as he is the 17-time Vault of Fame inductee, part of the first dozen or so episodes of this program to make this what it is. Give it up all the way from Legacy Maker Sports, Mr. Robb Johnson. Welcome back there, brother.
Hi.
And now, tied with him for second place, he is also the 17-time Vault of Fame inductee, all the way from the student of the game, three-point conversion, and much more with the black and gold banneret and many other projects, including the Duval Dive. Give it up for Kyle Nash. Welcome back there, sir.
What's going on, friends of Sertoba? Robb Johnson. Listen, I'm going to open up right away with this in one particular way, in one particular fashion. I always respect the people that come in when I call and make noise because I want to see them in the field of battle. And not only did you answer the call, you had a pretty good promo vid too, bro. So thank you for that.
The promo king, as he says, in the house, that being Robb Johnson. We're here for 5 awesome rounds. We're taking to the NFL for the first one, and we'll see what we have in store for that.
Round 1.
And here for round 1, Joe Burrow's NFL career ends at the conclusion of this season. With injuries piling up and the Bengals at a crossroads, is this the beginning of the end for one of the league's most talented quarterbacks, or an absurd overreaction? Robb Johnson, will start with you. Are you in or are you out on this one?
I'm in.
Okay.
All right, so look. Do I think that he's going to retire long term? No, I don't. Do I think that he is going to be the guy that is going to give up this year, never come back ever again? I don't. But if you guys look at it, right, we are looking at a Carson Palmer situation. If I could try to remember when Carson Palmer retired, he went to the Raiders after because he just couldn't take what was going on in Cincinnati. And the cycle was repeating for the Cincinnati Bengals. They signed his number 1, number 2 receivers. T. Higgins is a disappointment. Let's just be honest about that, okay? The organization is a disappointment. The running game has not been the same since Joe Mixon left that team. I know people want to disagree with that. Joe Mixon, whatever. They have not been the same since Joe Mixon left that football team. The defense has not improved. But Joe Burrow also needs to look in the mirror. I mean, how many times, if you look at him, for example, it's almost like he's getting a Russell Wilson treatment. He's not getting MVP consideration ever. He never has gotten MVP consideration. So what does that tell you? I feel like the league thinks that he is as good as his parts around him. So if I'm Joe Burrow and I'm serious about winning, I find some way somehow to get to the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. With injuries, be playing a factor, could there be any specific injury that would make this retirement inevitable? Are you in or out on this one, Kyle?
Hold on. I think he's mental. Real quick. I think it's a mental injury because right now, mentally, Joe Burrow's off. Something's off with him. I don't think it's concussion, Drew. I don't think it's a leg injury. I don't think it's ankle injury. I think it's mental. I think this guy's tired of being injured. And I think mentally, if you look at what happened today, there's no reason against that poorest Ravens defense he should have thrown 2 interceptions when 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers had success a few weeks ago. So
True.
go ahead,
True.
Mr. Nash.
Kyle, in or out on this?
Gentlemen, I am a fat kid in dodgeball. I am out. First of all, I'm not going to go full "are you on the drugs" because you made a lot of great points, Rob Johnson, but I'm going to piggyback on one thing. You're going to go with the Minnesota Vikings when, meanwhile, the Colts are right there with old man Rivers flowing in at the quarterback position. He needs to be a Colt because that roster is amazing all there, and he'd be alongside NFL MVP Jonathan Taylor. I said what I said, the punchline being this. You make a lot of good points. But in a world, sir, where Tua Tagovailoa is still playing quarterback, how can we sell the farm?
They're in the playoff race. They're in the playoff race. The Dolphins are all of a sudden in the playoff race. Also.
Oh, I didn't know this was open exchange. Okay, I know.
I'm sorry, Mr. Nash. I was challenged. So now my manhood has been challenged. So now we must go to war. But go ahead.
No. I didn't mean to stop you. I was just joking, dude. Seriously, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. So look, do you know what the Colts quarterback situation is turning into? Seriously, guys. Okay, so Drew, what do I always say about Tennessee? It's the place where it goes to die. Receivers go to die. Quarterbacks go to Indianapolis to die. And I would not want to go to Indianapolis, even though that is a really good offensive line. That division, guys, all of a sudden has gotten really, really good. Now, next year in the NFC North, the Lions are going to continue to lose, guys. Okay. You look at the Green Bay Packers. We don't know how long Michael Parsons is going to be back. Till he's back. That team is very inconsistent. We don't know what's going to happen with the coach. So I think Minnesota in that dome. In fact, if Minnesota had drafted Bo Nix in the first place, we wouldn't be having this discussion. But hey,
a whole other can. McCarthy was never.
I'm just saying he sucks. But I'm just saying. But Joe Burrow in Minnesota would have be the best option. Go ahead, Kyle.
See, but here's the thing, and man, Rob, this isn't a lack of respect for you, but my wisdom and age, it is clear I'm at least a decade older than you with this response because you haven't thought about the bigger picture, okay? I'm not out here about ready to get, taken down by Gunter in the submission or nothing and towards retirement like that, but I'm also not that handsome either. Anyway, but the punchline's this, man. Why would you go to the NFC North in that dogfight right now when you could go to the comfort of the AFC South that is currently led by, and yes, I know I cover the Jacksonville Jaguars, but let's be honest, the beginners look Jacksonville Jaguars dominating that division. You're going to try to tell me that they couldn't be in a position to be in a better footing in the AFC South because we both know the Texans are there on the strength entirely of that defense. CJ Stroud has regressed some. I'm not saying bad. I'm saying he's regressed. And yeah,
there's two playoff wins. Also, here's another thing.
Two playoff wins.
Well, here's
that. I'm not sure where you're trying to throw in relevancy here, my man.
Well, here's the thing. And Drew, I mentioned this last week. The Tennessee Titans, despite the fact they have 2 wins, have been very competitive. There's a very good defensive line. And let me also say this. The Titans have well, not today, but I mean they played the 49ers. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen? But like I said, the Titans have $80 million. The Titans have $80 million in cap space, ladies and gentlemen. So do you know what that means? They will be improved by next year. Yeah, they will be improved by next year. $80+ million for the Tennessee Titans. They have a young quarterback who I've met, Cam Ward, ACC Championship, ACC Media Day. Shout out to Cam Ward.
Yeah, I covered him in Orlando with the bowl game too when he played for a half. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and they only lost by a point, but that's beside the point.
He only played one half. Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly. but like I said, when you look at this division, I think that this division, the AFC South, yes, did it used to be a grounds for people to just walk all over teams? Yes, but this division is going to get better. The NFC North has been beating each other up for so long. I'm going to tell you this. The Bears are going to own that division for the next half decade to decade because they have the right coach. They have they're going to get the defense is going to get better, and that offense with Caleb Williams is going to continue to get better.
Both of you bring up really good points with this topic right here, and I still have yet to give my answer. It's tough, kind of split, but I'm going to have to agree with Rob. I'm going to go in. Looking at this situation, they were discussing it last week. Andrew Luck didn't even take this many sacks at this point when he had actually retired from the Colts. So looking at it for what it is, Joe Burrow's done a lot more for the Bengals with a lot less in Cincinnati, in my opinion, because he led that team to the Super Bowl. He brought the best out in those two receivers, and even though Higgins isn't living up to the par of what is set by Chase, I feel like Burrow has done the best with what he's had, even though he's had a very depleted offensive line, which has banged him up quite a bit with all those 80-plus sacks he's taken at this point in his tenure with Cincinnati. And it's only a matter of time before what we saw this past week with what he said as far as being upset with the fact of if you're not having fun, what's the point of doing this? So if you're not having fun and you get to the end of the year where you've already had double-digit losses for the season and there's no hope in coming back, the team doesn't have the cap space like in Tennessee, like what Rob was talking about, to where you can actually build a contender in just an off season that's coming up here in 2026. I don't have much hope for the Bengals. The question is, what type of quarterback has come back from a situation like this? And I can't name any because Luck retired. Carson Palmer, like you brought up earlier, Rob, he retired and then unretired for the trade to go to the Raiders. I feel like something similar is going to happen in Cincinnati yet again. It's going to happen with Burrow. The question is, what team out there is going to actually pay that kind of money for his contract that runs through 2029? I don't really know any other team that's going to want to invest that much into a quarterback that's injury prone. We had the same discussions about Kyler Murray over the past couple of weeks as well when they have a contract with him, and he's been injury prone too. This is just another situation of banged up quarterbacks not getting the respect that they deserve when you've got a quarterback like Joe Burrow who's led a team to a Super Bowl. And if he doesn't go to a team that's a contender next year, I see him ending it at the end of this year and no chance of return unless he's sent to a contender.
Can I ask you guys something?
This is the genius of Rob Johnson's argument that is correct and why Joe Burrow is going to work, though. You cited Russell Carrington Wilson, Rob, as somebody who got zero to no protection. And I'm not going to go so far as to say T. Higgins was a disappointment. He just didn't meet the value and money of the contract. Another bad front office's answer.
Question, guys. Okay, so we've seen some crazy things happen, right? We've seen some crazy things happen. Okay, so Joe Burrow, when he came in the league, was 24. Carson Palmer was 25. So let me just throw this out there. It's a known fact that Matthew Stafford is going to probably retire after this year, right? How much of a pay cut would you take if you were Joe Burrow to go to the Rams, right? And tell me how dangerous that would be if he went to the Rams. Just throwing that out there. Also, I'll throw something else out there for you guys. What if somehow, some way the Eagles choke? Imagine Joe Burrow with those weapons in Philadelphia. I'm telling you right now, would it happen? No. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I can see Minnesota.
We're putting fantasy scenarios out there. Let's make him a 49er, Humpy Bumpies. I mean, I'll take it.
Well, here's the difference.
Pittsburgh, though. No, that's the same division. He wouldn't go to Pittsburgh.
No. I'm not.
You go to Minnesota.
But I mentioned those teams because what I'm saying is Joe Burrow would have to make a sacrifice to go to those teams. Especially, to me, realistically, the Rams would be a viable option. Why wouldn't it be? If you're the Los Angeles Rams, you move from Matthew Stafford and you replace him with the guy that you beat in the Super Bowl and you get him a championship with an offensive genius. Let me tell you something. Joe Burrow in Los Angeles wouldn't need a salary because he'd have so many commercials and movies and a couple of Super Bowls. He'd be good. It's the perfect situation. Philadelphia was just one of those things I threw out there. But for me, Los Angeles would be perfect for Joe Burrow. Absolutely perfect.
It's going to be interesting to see what pans out for Joe Burrow between now and the end of next offseason when we get to training camp. June, July, August, that time frame right before the preseason. Where will he be? A lot of questions to be answered over there in Cincinnati during this time. But we do have some love out there in the chat. Sick Dickies up there says, what's good, folks? All the way from Norway, as well as Mickey Delaney saying, what's up, Drew, Rob, and Kyle?
Cool, dude.
Yeah. Whether or not Joe Burrow decides to hang it up for good, is it up to Joe Burrow and his inner circle?
I mean, yeah, it is. But like I said, he's not gone. In a world, like I said, where Tua exists, he's not going anywhere. And by the way, to your point, Rob Johnson, forget about Puka Nacua and all that. Those are great points. What lands the plane for me because their O-line is, well, any O-line's better than Cincy. But that defense, though, on the rare occasions he makes a mistake, it's also a quarterback's best friend.
And they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better through the draft. I mean, like I said, the Rams draft very well when they do draft. Remember, a couple years ago, they couldn't even draft anybody because they traded everybody when they won that Super Bowl run. But when they do draft, they draft very, very well.
Hey, man, I'm living it. I covered the Jacksonville Jaguars with the Duval Dive. I'm seeing the Rams tree as you speak, brother man.
And I'm a fan of the hey, and I need the Jags I need the Jags to come through my prediction anyway. So Jags are good with me.
Okay, fair enough. That works for me. I think we found consensus, even though I still think the Vikings thing's a little crazy. But if that happens, I'll give you your props, Rob Johnson.
I'm just saying, in a dome, playing in a dome.
That is a nice venue, though. You're not
the ball flies everywhere. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Aguilar. You got the other receiver.
It is something that would keep JJ happy when he's been a little distraught lately. I'm not saying there aren't benefits.
JJ McCarthy needs to go back with his former head coach and needs to sit. He needs.
I meant Justin Jefferson. My bad.
Oh yeah. Well, JJ McCarthy needs to go back to. He needs to go to Los Angeles with his former coach and sit for a couple of years and learn some things. Who knows? But
Lance out of the job. I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying.
Chat, keep those comments coming. We'll see you here more in the next round.
Round 2.
And here with round 2, the number 10 Miami Hurricanes will upset the number 7 Texas A&M Aggies in a playoff matchup. Is Miami built for postseason chaos, or does Texas A&M's size, depth, and coaching edge in the run immediately? Kyle, looking at this one, how do you feel about this? Are you in or are you out on this one?
Coaching edge, well, here it is.
Listen, Drew, you already know what's going to happen here, especially as many times you've been on this show. I am out. We'll leave out the part where there's an argument to be made that they shouldn't even be in the playoff that I have voiced most often and throughout time here, sneaking in on the backs of a week 1 win against Notre Dame, still playing in the most inferior power conference in the nation. And yeah, that's all adorable. The SEC will eat, by the way, here. Texas A&M dominates them. We could talk about coaching edge all you'd like. I'm not mad at that. I really respect Mario Cristobal. The depth of offensive line that Cam Ward lost going from Miami to Tennessee once he was drafted is just proof of how good he is at handling and drafting the trenches. But hey, listen, at the end of the day, the SEC used to be the best college football that money could buy. And now that everybody's buying it, they're still awesome. So yeah, no, I got A&M all day.
Rob, how do you feel about this? Do you agree with Kyle? Are you out or are you in?
Well, first of all, I only look at this as an upset, so I'm out. All right, so we know the Miami Hurricanes had a bad loss against Louisville at home. We also know they lost to SMU. We get that. SMU has a very dynamic offense. But let's look at Texas A&M for a second, okay? This is the Texas A&M team who went to Notre Dame, gave up 40 points. They barely beat a bad Auburn team who almost beat Alabama, who we saw what happened to Alabama against Georgia, 16-10, okay? Then they beat Arkansas, who was, a 2 or 3 win team, 45-42, okay? And then we go to the South Carolina game, where South Carolina was absolutely kicking their asses, 31-30 against South Carolina. Are you kidding me? And then at the end of the season, they dropped the ball against Texas. Texas beat a top 5 team and didn't even get the college football playoff. That's what the committee thinks about Texas A&M. That's why they are a 10 seed. Now, when you look at Texas A&M, I respect just like Cody Rhodes. I respect Texas A&M. I have respect and love for Texas A&M, and I respect them. But here's the problem: Marcel Reed, their quarterback, is coming back next year. He and Carson Beck both have 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. This is not an upset. But it's going to come down to this, and this is the bottom line out of it, right? When Carson Beck does not turn the ball over, the Miami Hurricanes win football games. When Carson Beck does not turn the ball over and they run the football correctly, they win football games. Now, here's the thing. I'll tell you this. The first 5 minutes of this game will tell you everything you need to know. If Texas A&M comes out and scores first, they will boat race Miami. If they score first, they will boat race Miami. If Miami keeps this scoreless for the first 5, 10, 6, 7 minutes, it'll be Miami probably 27, probably 20. But if Texas A&M, Marcel, because that offense can be very dynamic. If they come out and that defense is able to get after Carson Beck, I'll tell you like this. If Carson Beck has any turnovers whatsoever, 1 or 2 turnovers, there's a good chance A&M can boat race these guys. And I'll give you this as well. Mario Cristobal, because I've interviewed him at ACC Media Day, he can be a very cocky coach.
Absolutely.
And we have to also understand he had Justin Herbert in college, didn't do anything. We have to go back to the Georgia Tech game. What was it, last year, 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago when he ran the ball when they didn't need to do it. Mario Cristobal has the ability sometimes to beat himself. And I'll tell you this too, guys. I wouldn't put out the realm of possibility that Mario Cristobal could be looking at an SEC job or possibly a Michigan job, because I don't think he wants to be in Miami long term. So this game could hinder a lot of things. These 2 coaches could possibly be the next head coach in Michigan. So whoever loses this game, the talk about Michigan is going to start. That is one of the most coveted jobs in America. But I think Miami, with their running game, with their receivers, especially with their young freshman receiver, 17 coming in the season, he's 18 years old now. Their tight ends, especially when you look at their defensive ends with Bain and those other ferocious defensive. This is the first time Miami has projected 3 or 4 starters to go in the first round since about the early 2000s. This is one of the most dominant defenses Miami's had. And I told Drew about the defensive coordinator. He's going to be a hot name as well. Miami has a chance to get after A&M, but again, it's at College Station. They have a history with each other playing at College Station. Miami split with them or whatever. So, and Miami did beat Florida earlier this year, who's an SEC team. Florida lost to Texas. Texas lost to Florida. So, Miami has had history with the SEC. Now, a couple of years back, they didn't do that well against the SEC, but they've improved. So, in my opinion, first 5 minutes is going to dictate this game, Kyle. First 5 minutes is going to dictate this game.
But you ultimately think that Texas A&M wins?
If they come out in the first 5 minutes and they can have a good offense, get the ball down the field with Marcel Reed, which he's a really good quarterback. Yeah, I think with the momentum they could boat race Miami.
But you said
Robb
you
Johnson
were
in his credits would be going after Robb Johnson with this argument right now that I see you yelling at Drew Willingham. It's in or out. Are you in or are you out? Does Texas A&M win or
I'm
not?
out. I'm out on the upset. I'm out on the upset because first of all, it's not.
So you're saying Texas A&M is going to win?
No, he's questioning your question.
I'm questioning the question. And yes, right now I am picking Texas A&M because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I have to be honest with you. I don't trust the University of Miami in this case. Okay, I just don't.
I'm telling you, I don't trust.
So you both agree on different levels with one another. But because of that, I still get a vote, and I, for the sake of debate, am going in. Rob, you brought up all the reasons why I would go in on this. Because Beck isn't going to turn the ball over. He's going to protect it. And Texas A&M is not going to come out there and score in the first 5 minutes because they are going to be cursed. And this is also for the sake of debate. So he's going to go out there. He's going to win the game. Cristobal, with his crystal ball, is going to go out there and predict a win before this game happens.
I don't know, Drew. Last time he was in Texas,
win and the momentum, and he's going to take the job at Michigan because you said it, not me. I'm just repeating it, and because of that, I am in. The
last time Carson Beck was in Texas, it didn't end too well, buddy. The last time Carson Beck was in Texas, it didn't end too well.
See, you said it before I got to, because that was going to be my valid retort about if Carson Beck doesn't turn the ball over. Well, yeah, and if I had wings, I could fly too. But I mean, what? Said if I have wings, I could fly too. What? I have wings, I could fly too. But that's what. I have wings, I could fly too. But that's a
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Hey, Rob, give my dude credit. He was up all night coming with that crystal ball reference for the show to impress me, man. He was picking that up. He was working for you, dog.
I mean, it's just one of those things. But to me, it's very telling when a team goes 11-1 and they're a 7 seed. It just tells you what the committee thinks about them. And that Texas game was also very telling for me. Texas A&M, because here's the thing, guys. Whoever wins this game is going to a Hornets' nest that next week against Ohio State. But guys, I'll be honest with you. When you look at the landscape of college football this season, there's really no dominant teams. The only team you can think of, the rolling talent team, is Indiana. But really, who is really good? Everything is so wide open, spread open. Like you said, Kyle, when you talk about the NIL, everybody's getting it now. There are so many rich boosters at Vanderbilt, at Indiana, etc. But there's also rich boosters at Miami. And like I said, this is the most ferocious Miami defense I've seen in years. Now, again, it's going to be dictated in the first couple of minutes, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, Carson Beck, don't turn the ball over. Miami runs the football. They have a chance. But I just don't trust Crystal Ball. So it's just 100% truth. I don't trust Cristobal. And until I see him in a big game situation do something, then I'll be able to trust him, but not right now.
I have a feeling that you are going to get
Denied.
Bruh. 6 says number 1 Texas A&M versus number 10 Miami. This should be good, but don't let the hype overshadow the matchup.
There is no hype. It's a 7-10 team who have to go to Ohio State. Something catastrophic is going to happen.
I thought they were number 7.
Yeah, the 7th seed.
Yeah, because I have it as the 7.
He mistyped it on his keypad. I do that all the time.
6, did you? You missed about 6 there, buddy. 6, as the kids say, 6-7. It equals to 6-7.
The two of them were going back and forth last week. It was funny. It was
say this stuff. It's just I can't stand it. I don't like it.
Before we go to round 3, we do have some breaking news. That breaking news is this. Next week, In or Out Sports Debate will be back. The real Dwayne Allen of the wrestling realm will be back for his 5th appearance. The 4-time Vault of Fame inductee returns next week for episode 131, the last episode before the Mother, Father, and Holidays. With all that being said, we'll take it on into round 3. See what we have in store for that one.
Round 3.
Here for round 3. Shedeur Sanders next season is the quickest and smartest way for the Cleveland Browns to fix themselves. Rob, already outspoken before I even got the full statement out of here, is Shedeur the culture reset Cleveland desperately needs, or just another quarterback experiment in a long life of failures? Rob, are you in or are you out on this one?
Drew, one thing we can do that Kyle can't, we can brush our beards. Just wanted to say that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, beard.
I did brush my beard.
I know you did. I'm saying Kyle doesn't know about that. He challenged us, so he had to come to the beer station. Anyway, listen. I'm out.
He pulled the brush out.
Here's the thing, guys. I want Shedeur to leave Cleveland so bad. I just want him to get out of Cleveland. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna be really frank with y'all. If Shedeur Sanders went to the XFL next year and played, I would be so happy. I want him to go to the XFL, Because I'm serious. I'm being serious, Drew. Because check this out, right? I covered the XFL. The XFL is a really good league. I want him to go to the XFL. I want him to create a buzz, excitement. I want that league to get even bigger. So once he comes back, because here's the thing, you play football to get better. Show that league what you can do, and then somebody sign him next season as a starter. I don't like him in Cleveland because here's the thing. Here's a conflict you're going to run into. They already owe Deshaun Watson like $1 bazillion. He's coming back this year. He's going to play. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. He's going to play. When you owe somebody that much money, they're going to play. So if I'm Shedeur, if I'm his camp, I want to go somewhere else. So I want to show what I got, maybe in the XFL, play a couple of games, get some buzz for that league, show the NFL that, hey, look, I'm a team player. I can do everything that everybody else can do. And after that, I don't know specifically the team. Maybe Kyle, you can let me know, or we can think of it, put our heads together. I think he should leave Cleveland because for his long-term health and long-term career, I don't think it's the best place for him. Cleveland is a place where quarterbacks go to die. Nobody's really won there since Bernie Kosar. So,
Kyle, do you agree or disagree? Are you in or are you out on this one?
Well, let me try and massage my way in. Let me be clear, Rob Johnson. There's no way I think Shedeur Sanders should be in Cleveland in the first place. I'm sure you and I agree in the asininity of him falling that far down the board, okay? Yeah, my bad. So with all that being said, here's the reason why I'm in on this argument. You and I both know, regardless, I see what you're doing there, and I love it, by the way, Rob Johnson. But regardless of the fact that they have Deshaun Watson, they're going to draft a quarterback. One feel like that has to be the case because the sock hawker Dylan Gabriel has exposed himself like Janet Jackson in a halftime show, proving he in fact does not belong in the NFL.
Beautiful, by the way. Beautiful moment, by the way.
Except you're welcome, Rob Johnson. But that all being said, Shedeur is the correct answer because if and when you assume Deshaun's playing, I'm not mad at you about that. I think there's certainly a non-zero chance that occurs. I am.
It's Cleveland.
My man. I love it. See, look at this. Everybody expected a battle. Instead, we are giving each other rallying cries here on the In or Out Sports Debate Show. Shouts to the Topa Media. But at the end of the day, the best way to handle this is when they draft that quarterback, or even if it is for Deshaun Watson himself, who is recovering from injury, I might add. Shedeur is the guy that should be listed as the starter, and either competition or injury keeps or removes him from there. Period, point blank, end of story. Remember, there's an opportunity here for Shedeur to be the sacrificial lamb before the actual intended bringer of the franchise help actually is in the game. So is it the fastest way? There is no fast way to success in Cleveland there, Drew Willingham. That's the only part of your question I challenge. But is it the way to ensure that you move in the right direction? I technically think so, yes.
Well, Kyle, you actually took the right approach with this based on the way this was worded. And because of that, and because you already know that at some point when both of you are against each other on something, it's going to come down to the decisive pick. I am in. This is more so in the perspective of the Cleveland Browns because the way that it's worded, the smartest way and the quickest way for them to fix themselves is to keep Shedeur at quarterback because the way the offense has flowed with him at quarterback over the past few games. He's going to be better at the position than Gabriel. And yes, you are throwing Watson a lot of money, but that's already a failure of your own just because you're paying the man. Look at the Giants. They've been paying like 4 head coaches for the past like 3 years or whatever, the expletive. When you look at that situation right there, you can afford to throw away $80 million on a quarterback just to ride the bench and not make your team suck even more. They're not going to spend a first-round pick on another quarterback when you already have someone like Shedeur Sanders with the stature of him, and he's under a rookie deal. Isn't he under contract for another 3 years after this?
Shedeur, yeah. I mean,
yeah, so why don't you build around a cheap contract and do something special with the team rather than Deshaun Watson, who I think his contract, you're able to get out of it by the end of next season.
You can't because here's the problem with that. I think the dead cap number is like 90 to 100 million. It is astronomical. I know, like next year, Buffalo's quarterback is like 56 million. Josh Allen's like 56 million. It's like 120 million dollars if they release him. It's crazy.
Well, for the Browns to be successful with this, they have to keep Shedeur because he's an insurance policy. Even if they do put Watson out there, he gets hurt again. You got Shedeur backing him up. I see what you're saying as far as for Shedeur, it's better for him to leave and probably go play in the UFL, raise his stock, and then go play for a different team that actually gives him a better chance to succeed and not die. But with the Browns, like, is the smartest for them and the quickest way to establish a growing culture and a good team. I think you keep Shedeur Sanders, whether he's at the QB1 or QB2. That's to be determined before the 2026 season.
But that's the issue with Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, go ahead.
Rob is spot on. Dead cap hit, according to Spot Rack, in the coming season. 100. Let me get the Dr. Evil pinky ready. $131 million. The correct answer is in 27. You take that 50 million cap hit, which there's precedent for with Russell Carrington Wilson in Denver, a similar number there. So to Rob's point, it ain't next year. It'll be the year after when they actually remove Deshaun Watson.
Okay. We'll be interested to see what happens, who will be starting in Cleveland for week 1 of 2026.
Who the hell knows? I mean, listen, man. Listen, at this point, look, man, at this point, Tom Brady's going to come back and play for that damn franchise. Shit.
I blame
Phil because he's the owner for the Raiders.
That's true. Well, Cam Newton, maybe? I don't know.
Oh my God. Listen. I was in Washington. When he got hurt. His arm was never the same ever again. Cam's career is over. It's over. Cam is it's over. It's over.
Oh, I appreciate you taking it that seriously. I was just making jokes, man. You good.
It's
you kept
over.
it in perspective. Keep me on the ground, Rob. No one's dissing you. I'm just telling you I was being silly. You're good.
No. Listen. I haven't been dissed since 96.
Since 1996. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does the first 3 rounds of this episode. We're going to take it to our one and only commercial break. We'll see you here in just a couple minutes.
Hey, what's good, everybody? This your boy Corey, host of The Grind, where we talk about all things WWE. You can catch The Grind every single Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on Sertoba Media. If you're not following Sertoba Media, then what are you doing? Like, share, subscribe. There are many different things that we have available on Sertoba Media for your viewing pleasure. And what else you got to do on a Saturday afternoon? Come spend some time with me. Come spend some time with my colleagues on this platform. Help us be able to bring everything that you all want to see. Matter of fact, you know what? If you ain't did it yet, I got something for you. Stay true to what you do. Stay true to why you do. And always stay true to you.
Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look. Hey, stop playing games. Y'all already know. Go ahead and toss him some Willie Bucks. Ain't nobody playing around. Hey, $sign DWillie87. Go ahead and hit him up on the Cash App and go ahead and give him some Willie Bucks. Look at Drew looking stoic, ladies and gentlemen. Stoic on that $10 bill. So go ahead, slide my man over some Willie Bucks, and we good. That's all I'm saying. We good. I'm some Willie Bucks.
Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Do you like talking sports? Do you like entertainment? Do you like the occasional series of heated discussions?
Are you in and out, Drew? With that said,
Drew, I'm hearing a bunch of stuff in your mind. I know you know this team very well. Are you in and out, my friend?
Then you must see this. Drew Willingham versus random panelists. Who wins? You decide on the In or Out Sports Debate. Live. Whenever the we feel like it. Eastern Standard Time. Exclusively on Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
Welcome back to the In or Out Sports Debate, episode 130, brought to you by
Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
We are live. Let's take it on into
I can't believe a little biatch just did that. That little biatch. But you know what? Forget it. I ain't gonna talk about it. I got something for his punk ass. Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
I got something for his punk. You know something? Here's the problem in sports, man. Real quick. Here's the problem in sports. You got so many people who are so effing average, and then they want to do stuff like they want to hit the LeBron. You're small. Dude, you threw a pick already in the game. Sit your ass there. Go ahead, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said picks.
Round 4.
And here with round 4, the Los Angeles Lakers should go all in and trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, no matter the cost. Is the final championship window with LeBron, or would trading everything for Giannis cripple the franchise for a decade? Kyle Nash, how do you feel about this one? Are you in or are you out on this?
Well, I haven't watched American Idol in a while, and I haven't seen Clay Aiken, so I am out. Hold on. I got to do my warm-up exercises for Drew because I don't want to hurt myself doing this. Okay. There is no way that Giannis is going to do the job that you're looking for in exchange for Yo, Keg. Oh, Jesus. How do you do that every time, Drew? Anyways.
Yo, Keg.
Yeah, that. The reason why I'm out in Giannis has nothing to do with his basketball acumen. Because for one, I am actually Greek. Hello. B, well, partially. B, the same thing you're moving him to replace, you're going to get back. The Bucks of Milwaukee, along with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, when he's not missing on the back of a milk carton in a playoff series. I said what I said. I don't know.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I don't know what the problem here is with this tape because Giannis is not healthy through a playoff series lately. And a matter of fact, the fact that Drew Willingham, as a marked Braun hater on this show,
You like that? You like that?
like you could do it without hurting yourself. But the punchline is the fact that such a marked Braun hater on the show is even brave enough to talk about Giannis is a very interesting thing for me to see in all your courage. Why do I say that, Drew? Giannis getting hurt is part of how Miami got to play the Lakers in that pandemic series that you like to talk so much, well, as Robb
Bubble championship.
SHIT on. So I appreciate you finding the courage to even utter the name Giannis Antetokounmpo, even though you don't have the same flow as the Greek guy saying it. But yeah, no, I think you're trading 1%. I think you're trading for crippling the franchise for a guy that's going to miss when you need him most due to injuries, which is kind of what LeBron's done in his old age lately too. I don't think that solves the problem.
Very interesting. How do you feel about that, Robb? Do you agree? Are you going to be out or are you in?
For the sake of in chaos, I'm in. Trade everybody. In fact, I have it right here. Trade Austin Reeves. Trade Jared Vanderbilt.
What?
Dorian Finney-Smith.
What?
Gabe Vincent.
What?
Dalton Connect.
What?
Not Dalton Connect.
He's not looking up the roster so he can get everybody traded.
Hey, that's
Maxi Kleber. What?
Jesus, Rob.
The head coach. The head coach.
What?
Hey, JJ Redick, damn it.
What?
JJ McCarthy.
What?
JJ Wilson.
What?
JJ Watt.
What?
The Clippers.
What?
Phil Simms.
What?
Jacob Fatu.
What?
You didn't even say Bronny James.
Mr. Miyagi.
What?
Bronny James. Who is that? Savannah James. I'll take her, by the way.
What?
Easy.
Savannah, Georgia.
What?
Richmond, Virginia.
What?
Albany, New York.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Sacramento, California.
I don't think anyone's taking Sacramento there, Rob. But
I mean, that is the capital of the great California. Even though some people say it's Los Angeles, but no, it's the wrong geography, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen. If I am the Los Angeles Lakers, I do it because I want complete chaos. I just want to create complete. You have LeBron, Luka, and Giannis on the same team. You keep the big man, and you have like an 8-player bench, and just let it ride. Just let it ride. We want chaos. I just want complete chaos. Even though, do I think it's going to happen? Hell no. Do I want the chaos? Yes. Do I think they're going to beat Oklahoma City regardless? Hell no. Do I think the Spurs are still my team to go to the finals? Hell yeah. Do I think they're going to still meet the Pistons in the finals, as I said before the season? Hell yeah. But guess what? I want the chaos. Bring on the chaos. And bring on JJ McCarthy. Bitch. Look like a fake ass John-Claude Van Damme. Stupid ass.
Fake ass John-Claude Van Damme.
Michigan. And listen, all that meditating he was doing, he should have been meditating with never mind.
Woo!
Listen, go ahead. No.
What's off? Anyways.
Both of you are split on this. Again, I'm going to have to go in. If they want to get LeBron an actual championship before he retires, you have to go in and get Giannis.
Question, Drew. Is it the same way Sharon Moore went in?
No, because that'll get you in jail.
But listen, Drew, he going in wouldn't make him go to jail. It was the hitty part that made him go to jail and the kidnapping.
He's not wrong.
And because he was tapping in beforehand, that's what got him led into trouble.
And there was also a bun made too, a little bun that was made.
He was in. Da, 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 da. Anyway,
he was.
Hey, Drew.
You guys want to hear a fucking story?
Okay, that was very fucking creepy right there because Cody Rose likes some individual sperms right there. Damn! I said individual sperms.
Hell to the no, no. Hell no, to the. Now, that is absurd.
One more time. I said individual sperms.
What?
Individual.
What?
Sperms.
Say what again? Say what again?
All right, I'm done. Good. But yes, like I said, guys, I'm in because I want chaos. Even though the Lakers will go home in the second round to Oklahoma City, I'm in.
I think Kyle made the most sense out of all of us in this topic right here. So I think I'm just going to defer to that. I feel more comfortable with that after everything that we just happened.
Because you don't want LeBron to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. You don't want him to get a deer. When right now all he has is
I said he is going to get him. But you made the most sense out of all three of us when it came to a debate.
I did because I said he was going to get all the players plus Maxi or whatever the hell his name is.
But you said it in the main motivation of chaos, so it doesn't count. It's trumped. Speaking of that, we're taking the final round. Save your energy for that one.
Shout to Donald.
To Donald. No, I wouldn't throw it politically.
Huge.
Huge trade. Huge trade to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Completely changed. Anyway.
The best deal ever. The best deal ever.
Final round.
Speaking of old people, Phillip Rivers will become the first grandfather to win a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. Rob, how do you feel about this one? Is this a legendary late career storyline waiting to happen or pure fantasy? Are you in or are you out on this?
I'm fucking out on this shit. Listen, Phillip Rivers coming back, look like he's been eating cheeseburgers, look like he's been eating barbecue sauce. He's got 10 kids. Shout out to him, though. I mean, that must have been very, very fun, my friend. Full house, baby. Full house.
2 basketball teams.
Yeah, who needs Bob Saget?
2 starting 5s.
I don't want to get into Bob Saget right now. He has history, too. Anyway. But listen. I think that it is. He had a good game today against the Seattle Seahawks. He threw the late game interception. They were already going to lose game anyway. But I think it's a great story. But the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts right now are a football team. They've lost 5-6 games in a row. They started out 7-1. They were a hot team. I just don't see this becoming that compelling story that would make a comeback player of the year, etc. Even though I'm a Phillip Rivers fan, going back to NC State, I just don't see it. Even though the AFC is very weak, I just don't see it, guys. I don't see it at all.
Kyle, how do you feel about this? Do you agree with him? Are you out?
I'm out of fancy. I'm out of fancy jokes, so I am out. And I mean, if you want to play some Bullwinkle 2, please go right ahead. There's no way I'm having this dude start.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell no, to the no.
And the irony is the last time the Colts had any real success in a playoff game was when Old Man Rivers was playing. They almost beat the Bills. If he could run and take a wide opening in the middle of the pocket for a third down, that would have converted and kept the ball in the Colts' hands. Yeah, exactly. He would have had a fighting chance, but that's not what happened there. And this isn't Joe Flacco. He may have had a good time, but let's be clear. As a comeback player, he didn't play well enough to steal the comeback player of the year from the guy that died on the field. So that's not an option either. Plus, the other flaw in your question there, Drew Willingham, will Grandpa win a Super Bowl? Old Man Rivers is not flowing his way to the playoffs, let alone to the bleeding Super Bowl. What are we doing here? The biggest problem with any of this, all that Phillip Rivers and the Colts do is prevent Jonathan Taylor from getting the MVP, just like in 2017, as my dude Rob Johnson recited about Russell Carrington Wilson leading his team in rushing and passing and still not getting the damn MVP. I saw you smile, Rob.
Both of you are out on this one.
Here comes the Agent of Chaos.
The chaos continues because I am in. Look, guys, he's a grandfather. Nobody in their right mind on any given Sunday would pick him to win and go to the Super Bowl. But damn it, the Seahawks had to kick 6 field goals, which is absurd in itself, to beat a man who had been on the sidelines for 5 seasons nearly, okay? And he came out of retirement. And you look at the stats, and yes, he threw an interception, but it didn't come until his last pass. So, yes, the stats will tell you 120 yards, but he still completed 18 of 27 for somebody who hasn't thrown a pass in 5 years. And he ran the offense pretty well for the most part. It was the defense that was letting them down. The defense shouldn't have put them in the position for him to have to go out there and pass to extend the game with that amount of time left. The defense should have held their own, and he should have got the win for the first time in 5 years to set history and be 9-5 right now. But no, they're 8-6. And the chances are slim. But if they win their next 3 games, they can make the playoffs, and then he can win every game, and we can see some Tim Tebow magic in the playoffs.
Tim Tebow? Oh, hold the fuck on. Are you comparing Phillip Rivers to Tim Tebow? Have you lost your everlasting mind? Tim Tebow? Have you? You know what? Yep, Drew. I think you lost your damn mind. Oh, my God.
He's going to dig his way all the way to the Super Bowl.
You know, the sweetest irony in all of this, gentlemen, is the fact that we're talking about the Colts, and then Drew's over here talking about playoffs, the team with which Jim Mora Sr. originally made that speech. Perhaps because that speech was made, he's thinking that Phillip Rivers and the Colts with the playoffs.
Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
So maybe thanks to that speech, Drew Willingham thinks that the Colts and Phillip Rivers, when it comes to the playoffs, will be grandfathered in.
The Indianapolis Colts, who do not have Sauce Gardner, yes, they allowed Jack Smith and Jigba 7 catches, 113 today, no touchdowns. But Sam Darnold did not have a touchdown today. He didn't have a touchdown. He didn't have a touchdown. He was sacked.
But they still gave up 6 field goals.
Drew, that's not their fault. It was 18-16, man.
They should have won 16-15.
You're supposed to score 20 points in an NFL game, which neither team did.
Listen,
but Phillip Rivers still threw a touchdown pass at 44. He still got his 422nd career touchdown pass.
God damn it, Drew Willingham. How many times we seen Phillip Rivers choke in the clutch? Throw interceptions in the clutch.
Touchdown pass.
I don't give a damn.
He came off the couch and threw a touchdown pass for the first time in 5 years.
This was the man who was 14-2 and could not put Tom Brady to sleep.
He's older and wiser, and Tom Brady isn't playing anymore.
I don't care. I go back to the Charger days. He was 14-2. But I will give him credit. In the AFC Championship game, while he was in the game with a torn ACL, MCL, PCL, whatever, while LaDainian Tomlinson was sitting on the bench with his visor on, I'll give him credit. He's tough. Oh, Phillip Rivers is real tough. It takes a lot to have 10 kids and bust that many times and still be able to come out there and do what you got to do as a man. I'm just saying. Listen, man. Listen. If Phillip Rivers was a boxer, his record would be 0-60. Just like his age. But let me tell you something about Phillip Rivers, man. Phillip Rivers is known to choke. He chokes worse than the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs.
Oh,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He chokes more than the Commanders organization when it comes to quarterback. Okay, he chokes more. Hey, Drew, you got to give it to me, Drew. You got to give it to me on that one. He chokes more than the Broncos when it comes to, well, not the Broncos. Let me think of another team. What's the other team? He chokes more than the Packers in primetime. Shit. What else? He chokes more than the Carolina Panthers when they're playing a sorry-ass team. What else? What else we doing? He chokes more than my man Lawrence. What's his name? What's his name from Jacksonville? Sunshine. He chokes more than Sunshine in big games. Shit. He chokes more than the Texans when he gets to the second round. Shit. What else? He chokes more than LeBron when it's time to really be clutch.
Oh boy, I know Drew, that one.
What else? Oh, he chokes more than New York Knicks in the 1990s. I'm done now. That's good enough examples.
He chokes more than Carson Beck in Texas.
Hey, it's true. Hey, listen, against SMU, he sucked ass. It's the truth. Hey, look, He chokes more than the Dallas Stars when they get a chance to get to the cup.
Oh Lord, he's taking it to hockey. I love it.
He choked.
Colts and Steelers AFC Championship.
This is not 1995, goddamn. Okay, it's not happening.
This is not. We're out of this.
This is not 1995. The Colts are not. Drew, let me tell you something. If the Colts get to the AFC Championship game and to the Super Bowl, I will buy a kangaroo and I will ride the kangaroo up and down the street and record it.
And not on its back. He's getting in the pouch.
No, it stinks to me. I'm going to get on the kangaroo. Enough examples for you guys for choking. But like I said last week, I need Washington to reverse that because I'm gonna buy a Jaden Daniels jersey, and I don't need them to screw this up for me.
Denied.
Colts and Steelers AFC Championship.
I got a better chance of winning the lottery tonight. And it's Sunday.
Exactly.
Drew, I got a better Drew, no, hell no, screw that. I said the lottery, the real lottery. I got a better chance of getting Chick-fil-A tonight.
that was definitely good.
That was no, Drew, give me some credit. That was some classic shit right there. Hey, Drew, we gotta make a segment. Classic shit. Classic shit.
That was the final round there. Keep the comments coming or the interaction in itself. I don't know where.
Where's Sir Diggy at? Where's Sir Diggy?
I don't know where he went. Maybe I might be just watching this and the game at the same time. Who knows? But we're going to take it on to the final segment. Before that, though, we have to acknowledge where we're at here in the vault. But, sometimes buttons just don't work. StreamYard is acting up in the moment. It's not even letting me scroll up right now. What in the expletive is going on? I can't even click anything.
It chokes. Other things that choke, StreamYard, when you need to roll the credit.
I blame Richard Nixon.
Say what again? Say what again?
Because we all know that Deep Throat was the source that snitched. Watergate. Don't even get me started on the Bay of Pigs.
The Bay of Pigs.
Yes, I love history. Also, bring back Lifetime for my Caucasian brothers and sisters one more time. Yes, Lifetime, baby. Yes, Frank.
You scared you Willingham off, Rob Johnson. You can't be talking about from my white folks like that. I mean, listen. I'm in the barbecue, but come on, man.
No, man. I'm just saying, man. I missed old Lifetime, dog. I missed old Lifetime.
It is that time of year where you would get those Christmas specials. I'm with you.
Exactly.
The Christmas specials. But speaking of specials, we're gonna take it on into the Vault of Fame.
Acknowledge me.
And here with the In or Out Sports Debate Vault of Fame, it's time to acknowledge that Kyle Nash is now an 18-time Vault of Fame inductee, as well as Robb Johnson. Both of them are now 18-time Vault of Fame inductees here within the In or Out Sports Debate. Both now tied still for second, but one behind Boy Wonder, as he is called, Joey Raymond out here for the In or Out Sports Debate Vault of Fame. You can see the leaderboard right here for this. Joey, Kyle, and Rob, along with Corey Mann, Darrell Owens, and Hugh Scott, rounding out the top ones here through 130 episodes. And we take a look back at that here with the Vault of Fame scroll.
Acknowledge me.
I want to take this time to kind of shout you out, Drew. You have taken a concept and made it into a whirlwind of fun for a lot of people. I know for myself, dude, I am proud of you, man. I want you to continue to do what you're doing. But the concept that you came up with, how much you put into it, how much you've changed it, how much you add to it, the work shows, man. So kudos to yourself. Round of applause for you, man. And I just wanted to say thank you for having me on again. It was a lot of fun. Look forward to the next one.
Shout out to Drew for letting me come on the show. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, didn't know what to expect coming into this, and I am super happy that I agreed to come on to this because it was a blast, well-produced show. Honestly, extremely impressed by all the effort you put into this show, Drew. Thank you for having me on, and I look forward to coming back on in the future.
Man, you took me back. This is why this show was so important, and this is why I am personally validating and vouching for this show. If you are anybody in media, sports, professional wrestling, anything, you need to be on In or Out Sports Debate with my man Drew Willingham, because this has got to be one of the most fun things I've ever done in a long time.
And that's right. The Vault of Fame leaderboard is right there. Let's take it on into the final segment of the show, that being the final word. We finally were able to go through the buttons because you just don't know when the technology is going to let you click on the buttons or not. We had to get through those parts, and we're now here for the final word. Rob has his hand up. I guess he wants to go first. Thoughts here for the final word.
Oh, no. Before I do my final word, Drew, I just wanted to make sure I told you that I saw somebody on there by the name of Corey Mann. I just wanted to say something. How's that women's division? But go ahead.
Woo, you going after Black Jesus, bro? Oh, my God.
Hey, he may be Black Jesus.
Trios edition.
He may be Black Jesus, but I'm the emperor. I'm the judge and jury.
The judge and jury versus Black Jesus here for a trios edition.
I'm Black. Hey, listen, I got an old school name. It's called Black Caesar. I'm Black Caesar, damn it.
Black Caesar versus Black Jesus.
Yes.
I might just moderate. I might not even pick the rounds myself. I might just moderate.
Say, like that's like that. I like how you got the whole darker hue apocalypse battle coming up, Drew. That's going to be a great trio episode. Yes, Rob Johnson, lean into it. Wait, there's probably a joke in there somewhere.
We can make that part of Rob's 19th appearance down the road at some point, 2026. The two of them, Black Jesus versus Black Caesar, and I just moderate. I don't even pick.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yes, there you go.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Kyle, you go first with the final word.
No, you want me to do my final word following that up? No, listen, I'm joking. Obviously, listen, I'm sure as hell glad you aren't a train conductor here, Drew Willingham, because this bitch was off the rails from moment one. It was bleeding wonderful. You know who the winner is, Rob Johnson? America. That's the truth. No, the world. We're on the internet. What the hell? Anyways, an honor, joy, and privilege to jump in here. We covered a myriad of topics. There were some insane things said, some intelligent things said, but at the end of the day, know this for a fact that I will remind the world at large. Say what you will as I'm wearing my backward 49ers cap as a Niners fan as I am. And hey, there's no way that Kyle Shanahan will get the coach of the year, though he should be in the running for it. I'm not even voting for him. Why? Because Liam Cohen, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, just might make a take I made on the Duval dive back in August in a grab bag that was supposed to be give us your most crackheadiest take. And I said the Jacksonville Jaguars would make the playoffs by winning the damn division. And lo and behold, apparently I need to start having some edibles because I was right. So I'm here to celebrate that with you, gentlemen. Rob, I believe I heard you say you had something good prepared and predicted for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I just wanted to remind you that you are not alone.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the San Francisco 49ers. Let me say this. And so right now, Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, still a very good tight end, but no Deebo Samuel, no Brandon Ayuk. This team last year struggled because of one reason and one reason only. There's a man from Stanford who did not play last year, Christian McCaffrey. He has 849 yards, 8 touchdowns on the season, rushing. Receiving, he has 806 yards with 5 touchdowns. I don't care what anybody says. Christian McCaffrey is the MVP of the NFL. Where would the 49ers be without him? Furthermore, he's not going to win it, but he should be in consideration. Furthermore, no Fred Warner. The defense has been hurt all year. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a San Francisco 49ers fan, but I know that the benchmark of the NFL are teams like when you have Dallas, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, etc. But there's just something about those colors. There's just something about those red colors, and I just love it. And I want Kyle to come up. Kyle, I want to see you when I say this. Buddy. For as much flack as the Cowboys get for not winning the championship since 1996, damn it, y'all ain't won one since '95.
Oh, excuse me. We want to talk about Michael Crabtree getting touched in the end zone by Jimmy Smith, and now he's on an offenders list with no call. We want to talk about that.
Shit. Let me tell you something. The rivalry. Let me tell you something, Kyle. Let me tell you something. I'm a journalist first, fan second. But when it comes to this motherfucking rivalry between Dallas, San Francisco, and the Packers, it's deep, my friend. You know how deep it is because you know and I know that in 1995-96, if San Francisco had beaten the Packers, the Cowboys don't win that Super Bowl. The 49ers win that Super Bowl because the Cowboys weren't beating the 49ers that year. But let's be very honest about that. The Cowboys weren't beating the 49ers. In fact, the 49ers have always had the number. In fact, if the 49ers had been smart and kept Dion, Dallas ain't winning a playoff game, buddy. The San Francisco 49ers, some of the greatest players in team history, Steve Young, Garrison Hurst, J.J. Stokes, Terrell Owens. You talk about Merton Hanks. You talk about some of the great players from the 90s. Oh, my God, those red jerseys. That's my favorite color is red. That's why I love the 49er colors. That team, Candlestick, and now you got the new stadium. You got to love the San Francisco 49ers. But that rivalry's deep. But guess what? Here's the problem. Even though the Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl, they won it a year before the 49ers. The 49ers have actually got to the Super Bowl. So if you ask me, the 49ers right now, they can kind of call themselves America's team because guess what? They're the American underdog right now. They don't have anybody. Everybody's hurt. Deebo Samuel left, like I said, Brandon Ayuk left. The San Francisco 49ers are the benchmark of America. It is what it is.
I mean, other than your exclusion of Jerry Rice, I have no problem.
I was gonna say Jerry Rice as well. Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens is one of my favorite receivers of all time.
T.O., I ain't got no beef with T.O.
Yep, my favorite receivers of all time. Let me also say this for my final word. How about them Commanders beating them Giants today? Drew, take it away. Because listen, you know what happened with that? Yeah, yes, they lost some draft stock, yes, but guess what? And this is what I was thinking about when I was walking today. This is the reason the Eagles got to be worried next week. Because Marcus Mariota is still a young guy. He still wants to play in this league. He can still start in this league if he needs to. He's going to look to win next week. He's going to look to work his ass off and play hard next week. So all I'm saying is you're the Eagles. Be very careful. Be very wary. Because the Washington Commanders, say what you want to about them. They took Denver to the brink. They took a lot of teams to the brink. The Commanders, with a good draft, are going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah, it all just depends on the health, of players. Does Ertz come back from this injury? Eckler, what do they do with the draft picks? What do they do with the offseason moves and free agency?
Go get Kyle Pitts. Go get Kyle Pitts from the Falcons. He's old. He's old. Go get Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if
Jaden Daniels will break the curse. Jaden Daniels, I'm praying, breaks the curse because I
think the Commanders lose the next 3 games though, and you're gonna play the Eagles twice in the Cowboys, which both of them need these wins in order to elevate themselves within a decent playoff run if they have any hope of doing so. Because neither one of those teams are going to be the team of the NFC in my opinion.
I already told you, Drew. If the Cowboys get to the playoffs They're going to get smoked. I've already told you that. There's no point. They're going to get smoked, especially if they play the 49ers, so they're going to smoke them. I'm sorry.
In the
They're
Eagles,
going to smoke them.
I think the Eagles are going to get smoked too. I think both of them are going to get smoked. But I think that between these two teams that the Commanders are playing over the next 3 weeks, they're going to take 3 straight losses. So this was probably their Super Bowl of the season, literally beating the Giants in this last month of the year, because like you said, they need to take these draft picks and do something with them. I never really cheer for a loss, but I wasn't going to be upset if they took the L today, and they didn't. But they were facing another team that actually needed the L even more than them, and that being the Giants, to invest in their future as well, because the Giants have a long way to go in their rebuild than the Commanders do. We saw how far they got last year. Had the injuries not taken place to the extent that they did, of course, McLaurin and the contract situation and the momentum from that to start the year wasn't really helping anything. But the actual tough thing this year was seeing the injuries. The fact that we got to 130 episodes with this show before Christmas was pretty cool. Next week, we have episode 131, which will be the last episode before Christmas, and potentially the last episode of the year. I have not decided if I'll be doing an episode 132 on the 28th, but we do know that next week will be episode 131 with the real Dwayne Allen of the wrestling realm. But for these 3 today, for us, the Trios edition, we've now gone through episode 130, and we have 2 Vault of Fame inductees who've gone from 17-time to 18-time, beating John Cena's record of 17-time world champions, now with 18.
Hey, one last thing. I'm sorry. There's one last. I promise. Last thing. I promise. I promise. The last word. For the love of God. For the love of fucking God. NHL, please protect Connor Bedard, because if he is getting hurt and he's not playing, it is bad for the sport. That's the last thing I have to say. Please protect Connor Bedard. Chicago Blackhawks and National Hockey League, protect that 20-year-old prodigy, please. Please. Please.
Protect him. Well, just after all this protection, thank you all out here for watching this episode, whether it be from start to finish in the live stream or in the replay. We've only got one more thing left to tell you, and that is to stay safe out here in these streets.
Sharon!
Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.